Hey everyone, welcome back. Now today we're going to be, I got a few packages today of some more modeling stuff. So figured it'd be a good time to go off through those and show you what there is. But first of all, before I get to that, I'd like to say that I meant to mention this in my previous video a couple days ago, but from what I've seen, currently at 328 subscribers as as of November 2021. So something I wanted to see if it's possible is hopefully by the end of the year, want to see if I can have reach the goal of possibly 500 subscribers by the end of the year, but I'm fine if we end up getting 400. So that's something that I'm really seeing if that's actually possible to do. So just wanted just wanted to mention that. But I do appreciate everyone who's been following and subscribing. It's very much appreciated to keep me going. So, without further ado, with the kits I actually got a few things. So, I got one big box here of stuff I found off Kijiji for once. And then down here's from a hobby shop. So, gonna go through these, show you everything. And then I do have a bag of thrift store finds that I'm going to be showing off as well. So starting off, these following kits here got here in Alberta here, Canada. We got this one place called Great Hobbies, which the place I got my stuff out of is from out of Edmonton. So the kits that I ended up getting from that place were, the first one was they finally have the Revell Special Edition Ford Bronco half cab with buggy now in stock. So I definitely had to get one of these, as seeing how nicely people have built theirs. Figured might as well get on with it, get my own kit. Which, one thing I did not expect is that the box itself is actually a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Because you got your standard model boxes, which are about 6x4, but this here is about twice that. So this kit, I'm going to probably wait a little bit on this kit to get around to it. And then on my previous video, I mentioned that I'm going to be doing a commission build for a friend. Now I forget who it was, but I'll give you a link. I'll give you a shout out. But mention that there was a proper first gen Chevy Nova coupe that was available from Trumpeter, but I didn't know about it at the time, but it's definitely good to know. But but for that build, I'm going to be just going to go with the 66 Nova kit, which which I think is a pretty decent looking car. It's got a fair few additional options to it, like custom engine, hood scoop, then optional wheels. So then also has some ghost blue flames. So fairly decent kit. Gonna be looking forward to getting that one built. Then so there's that. And then going on to the bigger assortment of kits from the other box. So starting up, this here's probably a kit very few of you have seen, and I didn't know this was actually a thing. So probably a little bit too. What do we have? It's the AMT Show Off Super Hauler Super Set. This thing's absolutely massive. Doesn't really fit on the desk, But what this is a 3 kits in 1 superset. So we have a Chevy C1500 step side with the clear car trailer and Corvette street machines. It's all shrink wrapped. I haven't seen any of these actually. I checked the secondhand market for any of these kits. There's not actually a lot of these available. So I'm not sure if I'm going to build this up or if I'm just going to get these separate kits separately. But if I do decide to build, I'm thinking about going multiple ways with this. I'm actually thinking about going 3 ways actually. First one for this is that I'm going to go for the Chevy and Corvette, the truck and the Corvette do a matching paint scheme. Or what I'm also thinking is that I also have the monogram GM's or the Street Sleeper Chevy S10. So what I'm thinking of doing is build this and the S10 and do it in a matching paint scheme. So, but it's an idea. And then my last idea I have is I'm actually think about building the Corvette and the Chevy truck separately, and then use the trailer hitch and attachments and use that on the AMT's 1994 F-150 SVT Lightning, and then do a SVT Mustang to go with it. So, there's a few ways I can go with this, but for the time being, I'm probably just going to leave this in the shrink wrap, as this is definitely a very interesting kit. So, put that to the side. And then, probably another very interesting kit that hasn't seen much time is the race team transporter. This one here is the Kodak film version. So this one here has been opened, but all the parts are there. So it's pretty much a full-on race car trailer. So it's quite an extensive kit with surprisingly quite a lot of parts with it. And so then with this, got the Kodak trailer, and so with that, ended up also getting a Kodak Race Car. This one here is the monogram one. Well, on this kit here is a 91 model kit. So at that time, for the Kodak film car, was a Chevy Lumina, whereas for this it's Monte Carlo. But since they are both a Chevy, I figured, you know what, I'm not too overly concerned being correct. So these two will get built up individually, or not individual. They'll be built up together. And then also have a few different tractor trailer units I have that I might actually consider connecting with this, even though it was supposed to have a Kenworth that was supposed to go with it. So I'm gonna be looking up at different trucks to put onto that. Then, along with some other 90s kits, got the Ford IMSA Probe, which is definitely an interesting looking car. Now this one here is a little bit of a street tune version. Now originally the basic Probe, it was what was going to replace the Mustang of the time. So, but Ford decided to keep the Mustang. Then short-lived Probe. But figured you don't really see many kits of this car, so figured might as well get this. So it's definitely an interesting kit, and I do think I do have I do have a few ideas what I might do with this. Like, I'm thinking do like a crazy late 80s, early 90s neon black on green and orange paint job on this. So just some bright, vibrant colors. So that's definitely going to be an interesting one to build. And then another interesting kit. The Hot Rod Magazine's Street Machines Cobra II. Now, this one here, still in the shrink wrap. What's interesting is that it's one that has a 351 in it. So, it's definitely a different, interesting kit. And while the Mustang 2 isn't exactly everyone's favorite car, there's certain version. I find that it's a hit and miss sometimes. There's certain versions that can look good, then there's certain versions that look not really that nice. But for this one here, it's already got a body kit to it, which does enhance the design. It is missing the bumper, so it is looking pretty nice. This I know for sure will definitely get a build up sometime. Then let's hear what else. And then this one's a bit of a newer kit, but this is actually one of my more modern favorite dream cars. It's a Dodge Viper SRT10 ACR, which I've always loved the Vipers. I've already built a 93. I always like these just for the brute insanity of them, and being a fairly inexpensive track car. And of course, being a more modern Revell kit, it'll probably build up really nicely. Plenty of detail. So, this one here is definitely going to be this will be a really fun kit to build. So, I'm really pleased to have this one. And then, getting near the end, I got one last kit. This one here, another favorite car of mine. 1959 Cadillac El Dorado Barrettes. This one here is a newer release by Monogram. But as you can see, it can be built up with the top up or top down. So that's really nice. Then it looks like quite a significant amount of under hood detail. Oh, that's cool. Interesting how you have the option between a bench seat or bucket seats. So this will be a really nice kit to build. So apparently, okay, length. So you're looking at the dimensions. 9 inches. That's a fairly decent. This will be a fairly decent kit when it's fully built. 157 pieces, molded in white with decals. So, yeah, this is going to be really. I feel it's going to be a really nice looking build when done. So, there's that. And then that's pretty much all there is for. Yeah, there's pretty much all that's it for the unboxing portion. Now, a little bit of side thing that I got from the thrift store a couple days ago was I was going through some stuff, and they actually had some bagged, partially already fully built but falling apart model kits, and pay the dollar each, so $3 for these. The great thing about them is that all the pieces are here. So I'm thinking these will actually be really great for a model kit rebuild series. Because I've seen where there's people who buy these cars that are all in pieces and rebuild them, which is actually a smart move, since it saves money. Because if there's a certain kit you want, but you haven't found one available, this really helps save money. So, this one here is an 86 Thunderbird. And I'm guessing it's a monogram kit. Could be wrong though. Then we have 86 Monte Carlo SS Aero Coupe. Now, one thing I didn't know about the Aero Coupes is that they're a bit of a special edition NASCAR vehicle. How GM was wanting to make more aerodynamic cars. So I got the rear window that actually sticks out a lot, that goes way past the rear pillars. Because whereas on like your average GM, I think these were the G bodies. Whereas the rear window would just slope down, but with the special window, it sloped all the way down, which I think is actually a really interesting idea. And then got the windows around here, got all the wheels. Now it looks like whoever built this didn't bother painting up the exhaust, but not too fussed, as I can probably paint that up myself. And then we have, last of them, we have a 66-67 Dodge Charger. And let's hear okay, this one here is it's a little bit hard to tell, but this one here is actually is built up to be a Hemi car, which is actually rather interesting, as I most think these cars would have had like a 360 or 383. So it's definitely an interesting addition. Now, unfortunately, one of the A-pillars is broken off, but it is actually still in here. It's a little bit crunched up, but I could probably be able to straighten that out and glue it back into place. Just give these cars a little bit of a touch-up. Just make them look brand new again. So these are definitely going to be getting their own separate video and a little bit of a mini series. And considering you don't come across something like this very often, so I'm definitely going to be looking forward to building these and possibly shed some light and potential opportunities for other modelers, seeing how if you have a complete kit that's falling apart, instead of throwing it out, it's a perfect candidate to do a restoration project. So, probably going to just leave these in the shrink wrap for now. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got over the last couple days. A bunch of unique and interesting stuff. So yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. And of course, I'm going to be trying to see if we can get 500 subscribers, if not the 400 by the end of the year. So with that, that'll probably be it for this video, and till next time, goodbye.